Student of grade 10. Further to the revision content, let's see a few more problems. I'll just do a few from, I'll take one from progressions. Okay, arithmetic progressions. Three cycles. Yeah, so this reads as the nth term of an arithmetic progression is given by the relation 2n is tn or an or whichever. Sometimes we use the word use the terminology an or tn, referring to the nth term. 6 into 7 minus n. Find the first term, find the common difference. First term means a, common difference means d, and Sn. We have discussed these types in class, isn't it? So the nth term is given by the relation tn or an. So if I'm going to say tn is 6 into 7 minus n. I can even say an or tn. Okay. We are so used to an, we'll use a1 because we have a1, a2, and a3 and so on. So when you put n is equal to 1, I get a1, or it is nothing but a, isn't it? In this, so that is a1 is, or a is 6 into 7 minus 1. That is 6 into 7 minus 1 is 6, which is 36. So I get a is 36. So you're substituting for n and then getting the corresponding terms of the AP. What about a2? This I get by substituting n is equal to 2 in the equation, 7 minus 2. In the place of n, I need to put 2 in the formula for this tn. This n, I need to put 2 here. That's exactly what I did. So it will be 6 into 7 minus 2 is 5, 6 5 are 30. So a2 is 30. a2 is less than a1. So you understand it's a decreasing AP. So now that I know a1 and a2, what is d? It's a2 minus a1 or a2 minus a, which is 30 minus 36. So d happens to be negative 6. So I know a, I know d, the decreasing AP. So and then I need to find the sum of the first 25 terms. I need not go and find all the 25 terms and add them. I have a shortcut, isn't it? So when n is 25, what is Sn? What is S25? So what is Sn? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Exactly what I'll do. I'll just plug in the values there. S25 is 25 by 2, 2a, a is 36, plus n minus 1, 25 minus 1 into d. d is negative 6, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So that will be 25 by 2, 2a plus 24 into negative 6. Okay. I can take the 2 inside. Yeah, 25. I'll just take the 2 inside. This 2 inside, I'll take it. It will be dividing because it's a plus. It will divide both the terms. 24 into, I'm just trying to simplify the process. And then we'll cut. We'll try to cut. So 2 and 2 will nullify. 2 1 are 2 12 are. That will be 25 into 36 plus 12 minus 72. Okay. So it's negative. And of course, we're going to get negative sum because it's a decreasing AP. We are eventually going to have negative terms. And when we add up all of them, we might get the negative result. It's expected. 25 into 36 minus 72 is so much. So minus 36. That will be 25 into 4 into negative 9. 9 36, no? 25 is so much. 100. 100 into negative 9 will be minus 900. That is the S25, sum of the first 25 terms of the AP. Okay. The typical sum that you can expect. Then how about something from the centroid? The earlier In the previous session, I spoke about special lines and special points and the triangles, right? You have medians meeting at altitude, medians meeting at the circumcentroid, altitudes meeting at the orthocenter, and perpendicular bisectors meeting at the circumcenter, and in center is the point where the angular bisectors meet. But remember, in a triangle, such as an equilateral triangle, all the 4 points will coincide. They will refer to the same point. So in an equilateral triangle, the orthocenter is same as the centroid, and it is the same as the circumcenter. It is the same as the incenter. All the 4 points will be the same. In other triangles, it will not be so. So if you get a question like the coordinates of a triangle ABC are so and so, they'll give you the coordinates. Like A will be x1, y1, and B will be x2, y2, C will be x3, y3. Yeah, they will mention A, B, and C with the coordinates. If they ask you the centroid, it's straightforward. So the value is x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, comma, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Be careful, it's not midpoint. Midpoint formula, it will be x1 plus x2 by 2, right? It's by 3 here. We're taking all 3 vertices. So add all the abscissa and divide by 3. It's nothing but the mean of the abscissa and the mean of the ordinates. It amounts to that. Similarly, like y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Okay. So accordingly, when you simplify, you will get the value of whatever class, and you have to report that. Next is, let's show you a few lines. We will try to study the nature of the line, again under coordinate geometry itself. Suppose certain lines are given like this. Now I'll just go and add some more. 3x minus 5y is equal to 0. So I've just written 5 lines here, 5 equations, and I told you that these are linear equations in 2 variables, hence they represent lines, right? Straight lines. So one thing is, if y is equal to k, it represents a line parallel to which axis? Parallel to x-axis. Yeah. So the y value is fixed. It's parallel to, it will be like this, a line like this. When x is equal to something, x is equal to constant or k, it refers to a line parallel to y-axis. X is fixed, right? It will be a line like this, vertical line. And then if I say that, look at the fifth equation, 3x minus 5y is 0. There is no constant term. There is no constant term there. 3x minus 5y is 0. There is no constant term here. Such a line will pass through the origin. The constant term is missing. Now look at the first equation. It's a general line. It's a general line. If you want to find the slope, you will take the 2x plus 7 is 13y, and you can bring 13 down. It's going to be positive slope. Slope is positive. We know that the line is going to make an acute angle with the x-axis. The slope is negative. It's going to make an obtuse angle with the x-axis. The theta, the angle should be measured in the anti-clockwise direction always. Yeah, from the x-axis. For positive slope, theta is acute. For negative slope, theta is obtuse. Now we discussed so much. How about the equation 2? X minus y is equal to 13. This equation. So if I'm going to take y over to the other side, I will get x minus 13 is equal to y. Or y is equal to x minus 13. This is important because I will write y is 1x minus 13. Into this form, y is equal to mx plus c. M is 1. Slope is 1. C is minus 13. So m is 1. Slope is 1. Slope is 1 means tan theta, the angle that the line makes with the x-axis will be 45. Now we know the x and y-axis are inclined at 90 degrees, isn't it? This is 45, so be the other 45. So you see what's happening here. This line y is equal to 1x minus 13 has a slope of 45 degrees. Means it is equally m is 45, not 45, m is 1 or theta is 45 degrees. Slope is 1, sorry, not slope is 145, theta is 45 degrees. The angle or the inclination is 45. So tan theta will be tan 45, which is 1. If the slope is 1, it means the inclination is 45 degrees. And if it's making 45 with x-axis, it's also making 45 with the y-axis. See, it's making 45 with both the axes. So it is an angle, this line is equally this sort of a line with slope as 1. It will be equally inclined to both the axes, both x and y axis. A line which is having the slope as 1 or with the inclination as 45 degrees. Okay, you need to be careful about this, because whenever they give you lines, be very careful. X is equal to something represents parallel to y-axis. Y is equal to something represents parallel to x-axis. And if you are given any line and if you want to know where it cuts the x-axis, example 3x minus 2y is equal to 12. If I want to know where it cuts x-axis, I will be getting the point x comma 0, right? I want to know what is x. Simply put y is equal to 0 in the above line equation. Okay, what do I get then? 3x minus 0 is equal to 12, or 3x is equal to 12, or x is equal to 4. So the point is 4 comma 0. So this line meets the x-axis at 4 comma 0. If I want to know where it cuts y-axis where? So I need to put x is equal to 0. So the nature of the point will be 0 comma y. So put y is 0 in the line equation. Put x is 0, 3 into 0, 0 minus 2y is equal to 12. I put x is 0, 3 into 0 is 0, minus 2y is 12, or y is 12 by minus 2, which is negative 6. So the point is 0 comma negative 6. Okay, in case you've been asked, so be prepared for these kind of questions. And for graph, you have to be very careful that when you perform the reflection about, let's say I have point A comma B, and I reflect it about the x-axis, I'm going to get a new point A dash. The A is not, the abscissa doesn't undergo any change. The x-coordinate will not undergo any change, but B becomes negative B. And the same A comma B, if I transform it, if I reflect it about the y-axis, then I get another point A double dash where the B coordinate doesn't undergo any change, but the A becomes negative A. That is the x. The x changes. Here, the y has changed in the first case. What about a point where I reflect it about the origin, M0 transformation? Then everything will change. That is, both the x and the y coordinates will undergo change in the sign. And for mode, we have seen, bear in mind that when you start plotting the points and when you get the histogram, if it's a continuous distribution, no problem, you can directly plot. But if it is not so, it's not continuous, in that case, you'll have to convert to continuous by applying the k factor, that's correction factor, taught to you. So in this case, you're going to always the frequency or the number of is on the y-axis. The class intervals will be reflected along the x-axis. So choose the scale accordingly. And once you get the histogram, mind you, if you're not going to start from 0, you'll have to put this so-called kink. And once you get this point, just join them with that. Color, see, join this and this. So this is your modal class. This This represents the modal class. And from this you drop it here. Wherever it cuts the x-axis, that point is the mode. Okay. So you need to be very careful when you draw the mode. And draw the kink if you're not going to start from 0. Matrix sums, you should know matrix multiplication, and in case of proving sums, be very careful that you have LHS and RHS, they should match up. And the identity matrix for a 2 by 2 matrix will be 1 0 0 1. And if 5 into I, it will be 5 0 0 5. Okay, there's a few things that you need to keep in mind while writing the exams. Okay. So all the best, students.